Hi everyone! This video is going to be a little bit different because I've gotten a lot of comments on how I make my videos and also how I made my house, so I wanted to combine it into one video. Unfortunately, I do not have the time, the energy, or the will to recreate my entire house, so I'll just be giving house building tips instead of rebuilding the entire thing, because I'm not trying to do that, but it will give you an idea and a lot of insight on how to build this style of house. So don't worry, and it also should inspire you. So let's start. The first tip that I thought would be useful is my tall ceilings and very tall walls and windows. As you can tell, this room has very tall ceilings and the walls are a lot taller, so I wanted to show how I did that. You take a wall, just a normal wall, like this, super easy. Then put a floor on top of it, and then you can take a basic shape, normal cube, put it kind of, I like to center it so it's way easier to resize it, and then you make it as skinny as it can and just make it as wide as the wall. And honestly, you can go, if you want a super tall ceiling, do it like this. You can, however tall you want it, but I usually do it right here, just like this, boom. Then delete the floor, and then you can recolor it. It does take a lot longer, but it's worth it in the end. Now, if you want this to be a window, then go back to basic shapes, go to the cube. Instead of using the plain transparent cube, I use a semi-transparent cube because it looks a lot more realistic like a window. If you use the semi-transparent cube, if you use the transparent cube, it almost looks like there's nothing there at all. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. And then just like that. But this is why I don't like to use transparent cube. You can barely tell it. Okay, I did not do that right. You can barely tell that it's even there, especially if you're inside. Don't do that. This is good for if you want to make floating objects, like if you want to make a custom floating table like this right here. I use a transparent cube for that because you can't really see it, but don't use it for a window. Next tip is how I made my floor-to-ceiling windows in the living room and also in the bedroom. I honestly don't like to use the regular windows. I like to make custom ones. I just think it looks more unique. You just take a semi-transparent cube, and I like to make it like 2 cubes thick, like this. You know, 2 squares, whatever. And I do like to put a wall next to it just so I can like size it the right way. And you just do that, boom. And then you can clone it and put another one on it. And you can do it however you want. Like if you want this one to be like shorter from the whole thing, boom, the possibilities are endless. You know, it's pretty easy. Here's the next tip. So let's say you follow my tips on how to make tall walls and windows, whatever. How do you make a roof? Because if you go to the roofs and you just like put a roof, it's gonna do that, and it's gonna completely disregard your entire creation, and it's just gonna be normal. So you gotta make a custom roof. I know, it sucks, but it'll be worth it. Trust me. Go to pillars. I just do the cheapest pillar because I'm broke. And you just size it up. This is the tricky part because you kind of gotta like size it the exact height of your wall. Then you're gonna take a carpet and put it on the pillar. Why did it take me so long to realize what that was called? If you have a bigger room, you'll just have to do more of this. You know, size it to the room, and it's a little bit off, but just do another pillar. You know what I'm saying? And it is a little bit off, but I'm trying to hurry this because I don't want to make this video too long, but you know, you get the idea. Then you can just put a basic shape over it. So now that I have a basic shape over the entire roof, now I can make the texture of the roof on the outside to be different from the inside. And now the Alright, don't look at that. Now the texture is different on both sides. It's pretty much like my entire house. The exterior at least. This next tip is pretty simple, and it's something to make your builds a lot more realistic. Another tip is layered flooring. When you're building, you want all of your floor to be facing the exact same direction, and you're just gonna do the exact same thing. Make sure you do it the exact same way, left to right, because if you go this way, let's say you start up here and you go up and down like this, see, I'm probably making no sense. It's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like a freaking checkerboard. Don't do that. Look at that. It's gorgeous. So layered flooring, everyone. Layer flooring. So these next couple tips are just going to be a little bit minimal, but it goes a long way. So let's talk about color schemes. So some colors I really love to use is light stone gray, which is just this wall. And this house is kind of based on linen. Don't want to be that girl, but it is. I have like linen stools, little wall accents that are linen, the doors are all linen. One thing I like to suggest is don't make everything in your house the exact same color. A really good way to make sure you don't do that is to add other colors like green. Green fixes everything. You can add a hanging plant at the top of a shelf, cute little floor plants like this, and I also like to add green carpets. So basically, if you're struggling with decorating a room, make sure to put neutral colors, add lots of green, and simple decorations. So if you're not already aware, I really like to use a trick called FreeCam. It only works on a PC or a laptop. You have to be in your own Bloxburg neighborhood. Not sure if it works on any other game. You just press Shift and P, and then it gets rid of everything on your screen, and if you right click on your mouse, you can go anywhere you want. And you just use regular controls, A, WSD, go forward, go back, to the side, and another trick, if you press I, you can go up, and if you press Y, you can go all the way down into the ground. You can go anywhere in the map. It's super cool for videos. You can get cinematic shots, you can zoom in, zoom out. Everyone asks me, how do you make your videos so realistic? FreeCam. I couldn't suggest anything better. Let's talk about what I use to record and what I use to edit. To record my videos, I use wondershare filmora. I'm using it right now to record this. It looks like this. It's free. To record, you just go to record, and I can't really show you the entire thing because I'm recording right now, but if you click on it, it'll show this little thing. So when you click on it, I can't show you right now, but there's also going to be a little drop down right here, and that's where you can save it. So when I stop recording the video, it'll automatically save it to whatever folder I wanted it to. And this is also an editor, but to edit, it costs, like to export it, it costs money. To record, it doesn't. But a trick I like to use is to record the full screen of your video once you edit it. Now let's move on to what I use to edit. I use Premiere Pro, and it does cost money, but it is amazing, and a lot of people wonder what I use to edit. And I'll definitely be linking it in the description, and I'll also be linking other free softwares. And this is what it looks like. It's a little confusing to learn, but after a couple tutorials, I pretty much have it down. I'm not going to make a whole tutorial on how to use Premiere Pro because this video would be 3 hours long. If you're wondering how I make my thumbnails, that'll be an entirely different video. So let me know if you want to see that. I hope this video helped you learn how I make my videos and how you can incorporate that into your own videos. Let me know if I didn't cover something that you were hoping to see, and I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.